Alright, so yo, and welcome back to talesofark. And if you're enjoying the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. But anyways, back to some Destiny 2 Lightfall as we start Season of the Wish. As you know, I have already played Season of the Wish, so I'm just rewatching it to, like, in case I miss anything or clicked. We'll probably do some skipping here and there as I know the base for what it is, but I just want to jog my memory.
An awoken stronghold beyond the
the dreaming city.
Outsider. Such was my wish. Granted by Riven, the last Ahamkara, who bargained only with me.
Yeah, but she twisted her wish, right? And then her people were trapped there.
Taken king, and then the witch queen.
Yep.
Riven struck new bargains with them. And with her dying breath, she granted a wish that laid a curse upon the dreaming city. But Savathun is shrewd and clever. In secret, she inscribed her true wish on the wall that governs the terms of Riven's pact with me. A wish to pursue the witness. Only Riven can open the way. Riven, whose heart was torn out by guardians. My Techeuns assembled to conjure her spirit now. We shall make Savathun's final wish, and hear Riven's final price.
Yeah, it was against Mara's wishes too for us to go and kill Riven, because I forgot Petra thought it was the best course of action.
My Techeuns are preparing a spell to conjure Riven's spirit so that she can grant Savathun's wish. However, the Vex of the Soul Divisive have laid...
Yeah, the Vex are trying to come in.
The Techeuns evacuated the...
And then the Taken's gonna come in, and then they're stealing eggs.
The Techeuns need a fragment of those remains to cast their spell.
A spell to conjure Riven's spirit.
Yep.
Are you sure about this, Petra?
And then Crow has some beef with Riven because Crow was manipulated by Riven. Right?
I'm sure that I trust my queen's judgment.
Time to visit Riven's corpse. A shame I wasn't around to see the killing blow.
We never should have done it. She set a trap and I walked right into it. My desire for vengeance blinded me to her schemes.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
That got their attention. Don't let them near Riven. That's the last of them. Retrieve the fragment and bring it to the chamber. I'll hail Queen Mara. Well done, Guardian. As they begin Savathun's work.
How does the wishing wall work?
Hear me, Riven. Savathun's final wish, inscribed in secrecy, has been invoked by the Guardian.
No, what's fucked up at the... is that Riven opens the pathway, but the catch is because I was like... Because Riven's like a genie wish. There's always a catch to the things. Yes, I'll open the pathway, but only one person can go through.
Grant it now, and feast upon the difference between desire and reality.
Such a long slumber.
Oh yeah, and the two were playing chess with each other.
Grant the Witch Queen's final wish, you say? I
refuse. Yep. You have to do something for me. Find my eggs.
Leave us.
Queen Mara, what a joyous reunion.
For what reason do you refuse to grant the wish?
Why would I, oh Majesty mine? Lest you forget, I am dead.
Yeah,
as are the rest of my kind.
but they're
The
not.
Vanguard made sure of it. I need no reason to refuse your wish, only a reason to grant it. What could you possibly offer to entice my cooperation?
Yep, your eggs are alive.
It wasn't enough for your champions to slay me, but then
Killed the
you
rest of
saw
her
to
kind.
The destruction of all my eggs. Well,
Almost.
not all of them.
Like the one in Savathun's spire.
One
a bargaining
of
chip.
many, hidden within my lair, away from your vengeful eyes. But if you were to secure them on my behalf, then you would also secure your heart's desire.
And ensure that the Ahamkara live to terrorize us once again. Very well, Riven. We have struck a bargain.
I forgot, what's the wish her mate wish? To open the pathway to her lair so
I
the
knew there would be a
eggs or
cost
something?
in bargaining
No, it was to
with
cast the
Riven.
eggs
I
into
did not
the
intend it to
plane,
be a
right?
cost we kept paying all these years later. But now, the Witch Queen's scrolls have confirmed my greatest fear. The curse on the Dreaming City cannot be undone. I've poured over 1,000 possibilities, but the Corsair souls trapped there remain. I won't give up on them. Even with the curse in place, there must be a way to bring my people home. A task for tomorrow, perhaps. All this pain Riven has inflicted, and still we're beholden to her. There must be alternatives to restoring her clutch. The resurgence of the Ahamkara now, taken or not, could be disastrous. The reef and the last city.
But then
went
what
to
if they're
war
on our
to stop
side?
them before.
And then at that point you question, is it nature versus nurture?
Above all else, we must pursue.
Because I believe, and when I did, I was like, you know what?
I
What
need
if
an operative to
they
finish
joined
this
us?
bargain
Then
with Riven.
now that I'm
Force her to enact the
listening, I was
final
like,
wish.
so we have Savathun,
So while I
Asa,
ponder countermeasures,
Mini Vex,
you do what you do best. Carve a
Cloud
path.
Striders,
Greetings, oh guardian.
and baby space dragons,
I always knew
which
we
could come into
work
play into the
together.
final shape. A war against the Witness.
I speak to you now with my true voice. Consider it a task.
We prostrate ourselves to play.
Yeah, to the dragon,
Things were
your
right.
overlord.
We did it.
You got an egg, it's taken, and you have to do a ritual to cleanse
This
it.
wish was crafted by Savathun. Riven cannot be trusted with it. Has the Veil offered any answers?
And then Osiris is working in
My
the background to
study has
find a way
yielded
to do
many
it.
Interesting curiosities. I understand how the witness opened the traveler, but not yet
Using
how
the
to
veil,
replicate
the
it.
logic with the
I need more
ghosts.
time.
I wish we had more, if you'll pardon
Wish
the
you had
phrase.
more?
Time would allow me to insulate us from Riven's ulterior motives. But we've left the witness undisturbed for too long. We must act.
Risk is a thing I've learned should be managed, not provoked.
Riven is risk incarnate.
To follow the witness, I must reconstruct the bridge it forged through the Guardian's ghost. But the veil is not a docile subject. Abuse it.
As we have learned
And a
with
similar
SC
fate
and
suffered by the
other
Dreaming
one.
City could repeat on Neomuna.
So we bide our time while you seek an answer. Until then, we have a dragon.
weird that Riven got changed of
charm.
heart after she found out about her mate and what he did to spite her.
Attempt that. She is wise. Now,
Yeah, not to trust each other.
I fear it's too.
They're playing 4D chess.
It's a skull that whispered promises. I always thought Saladin was just blowing.
who wields the requisite mastery over the ley lines? Who has a history of sequestering the Ahamkara to
Yeah, and she's like, who would do this to me? Who? And it was her mate.
I said before.
So this is what? The third bargain we've struck with a compulsive liar?
Having your back to the wall is never a good feeling.
Oh yeah, the
It's
Witcher
so much worse.
collab is here.
Being back in the Dreaming City.
Now that you remember.
I know every inch of it. The garden.
Yeah, the manipulation. The sweet words Riven was whispering into his ear.
Curse.
Using his sister's body.
Oh. Crow.
If it wasn't for me, the curse would never have happened.
Riven used you. Used us. Our grief, our desperation. I wanted vengeance more than anything. The truth is, if I thought hiding from my guilt would help anyone, I'd be on the far side of the system.
You don't think we're just making the same mistake?
Uldren used to say, if you don't like the odds, don't sit at the table. Trusting Riven is a risk, but without her,
We have no other choice.
way of
Not yet,
pursuing the
anyways.
witness. I'd rather risk failing than wait here for the final shape.
Right there with you.
Final shape, where everybody gets turned into fucking triangles and Doritos. You know what they say? You gotta stack those Doritos to survive.
Guardian, we are coming to the final moments. These choices, these risks, they mean everything. Mara requests that I provide some small measure of insurance should Riven prove too perilous a gamble. I've learned the Veil is linked to the Traveler, that this link was not created. It is a primal truth of their existence, a pairing. The Witness accessed this link through your ghost.
Yep.
The motion
And then
of what it
in Lightfall, they
did
said they
written
might
in the Veil's
reverse it,
own memory.
where we can use it to
But
get
like
us to the Witness
an
inside.
incantation, without the ritual, the understanding, the words, so to speak, the motions are useless. My attempts to recreate what the Witness did, to follow it, have been inadequate and dangerous. I must temper my ambitions. The Veil is the power of consciousness, made manifest in our physical world. It whispers an electromagnetic language that resonates with our minds. One that can be deciphered, but not by the laws we wield in this universe. It's no easy task. If there is another way to follow the Witness, I'll find it here on Neptune. It will take time, as all things do. Continue to aid Mara, and I will uncover what knowledge I can.
Another egg safely retrieved. I may have to make good on my word. Though from what the Techyons whisper, the rest will prove more elusive. Mara may have to take drastic measures to catch them. All reward requires risk. Mara knows this truth better than most. That is what first enticed me to stay with the Sov siblings. Their penchant for adventure. Their unquenchable ambition. Each of them deliciously reckless in their own way. Your crow hides it well, but I can still smell Uldren's daring nature on him. Imagine what he could accomplish if only he'd embrace it.
And this is what I said earlier. I was like, do you think because we were talking about Amanda being resurrected, will she still be herself, or will part her still be there, but she'll be slightly different? Which is that the part of Uldren that Crow does not like is still there. It's his nature, his inner nature. But it's just more different now because he has a different perspective being with us and the Guardians.
Oh, how right I was.
Mara, I hail you now out of necessity of the heart. Else I feel as though I will burst into solar flame. Long have I admired you from afar.
Oh
Ever
yeah.
since you graced me with your power and benevolence in the region.
Wasn't it like a dare or something?
Not a day goes by without me thinking back to the time you bade me repay that debt to you. How we spent hours together.
Oh no. This is Riven.
Would that you spirit me
Yeah.
to your side
Riven was
again.
using Jack's voice or something. Also the icon on the screen.
Your humble vessel, anything to be near you. I beg you to grant me an audience once more. Please give me the gift and the privilege of basking in your favor. For without you, I shall wither and crumble into dust, to be scattered across the cosmic winds.
This again? You and I both know he sounds nothing like that, Riven.
Perhaps I should use a voice with which you are even more intimately familiar. How about...
Do not speak her name.
Oh yeah, her love.
Oh, Majesty mine. You've returned. Would that the Queen's witches had your punctuality, O Warden mine. The Techians have started work on the Lodestone, but they can't finish it without help. I would love to find amusement in their inadequacy, make a meal of it. However, the task of helping those who can't help themselves has fallen on your shoulders again. Something of the Ahamkara in you, perhaps? The Lodestone must be attuned to the confluence, like teaching a compass where north lies. I've simplified, of course, for your sake. The calibration will take some time. Should I pray for you to make it out alive?
How is it that every time we work with the Vanguard, you find a way to get involved, Crow?
You could say I'm a little invested.
Any assistance the Vanguard is willing to provide is a boon to us, Petra.
It's all right, Mara. She's still warming up to me.
You're a bit dim, so it's taking a while.
Relax, Venge. You already shot me once.
This is an interesting facsimile of the wider city. Not unlike a simulation. Equally impervious to the demands of physical space.
You would see it that way.
Is it the work of a nostalgic heart, or that of a favored listless pet tunneling into the walls?
Simply indulging the creator's thought, O mortal mind.
The Techians are in final preparations for the Lodestone. Your work in its calibration was invaluable. It will serve as a beacon for the Queen to make contact with her personal harbinger. She'll commune with it. Ask it to guide the remainder of the clutch back to us. It's the last of its kind. And it's good to see a harbinger.
I heard you over the comm channels. I am sorry that we are forced to entreat with Riven. She and I have our own histories to navigate, but what she did to you, how she wormed her way into your mind, that was inexcusable. It pains me to put you through this.
Even after all that's happened, you still think I need to be protected?
No, that is not.
It's all right, Mara. I understand.
At least they're getting along a little bit
always shared a
better
connection.
now. And then
Even when we were
Crow
lost,
finally
in that
stepping up
dream,
into
I
it.
could still feel your presence, your heartbeat. I knew you weren't truly gone. Riven was only able to manipulate me because of how strong our connection was. I've made choices I'm not proud of. But I'll never apologize for the reason I made them. It's the same reason you reach out even now when you see me struggling. You're my sister.
She has been doing that a lot.
That bond.
But Crow's like,
not death,
he's
not Riven.
Kept pushing her away.
Not even the light.
Like Ager and Rhaegar.
The two birds.
In the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well. All that we've been through.
Is that this season where they show the two birds? That was in the past, right?
We stood together as the world collapsed around us.
And we'll stand together again.
No, the baby dragon. Or mate.
A prisoner in the dreaming city.
I was like, this is the cutest thing ever for a space dragon.
That's where I met Taranis. And Taranis, unlike others, unlike me, cherished those who wished to him. Those who bargained with him were safe. It must have cost him. I found his restraint intriguing. And my art, my dreaming halls, my dance with the queen moved Taranis in turn. Together, we became the ebb and flow of the tide. Through him, I glimpsed a world without the tireless cycle of bargaining and feeding. Of peace. Taranis invited me to his lair, a place where we couldn't be found, in the ontology of the Black Garden. My joy of turning desire to woe faded for one rapturous moment.
Boom, chicka, chicka, wow, wow. And they had eggs.
We built secrets together. And then came your great hunt of the Ahamkara.
Oh, there's Shax and Saladin right there. And Riven was sealed away by Mara, right?
Under guise of protection. Taranis and I were forever separated.
But Taranis could still feel her, though.
We could still whisper to one another.
Yeah. And then Oryx. And then Tara's like, no, that's wrong.
At least
so he wished against Riven.
And made a bargain I could not refuse. I became both king and dragon. I spoke with his voice.
Taken Riven.
Taranis knew it. So he did the one thing our kind must never do.
Make a selfish wish for themselves.
His own wish. At the cost of his existence. A wish to keep the eggs out of harm's reach.
Yeah, by sending it to the plains.
Someone could protect them. Someone like you.
Taranis, what an MVP. What a cool dude.
Wish keeper.
Despite everything, he still made a selfless wish. At the cost of his life, too.
Taranis was always a sentimental fool.
That's what made him cool.
His last wish has caused us no small amount of trouble. All wishes come at a cost, even those we Ahamkara grant ourselves. Especially those we grant ourselves. My kind feeds on the difference between what is desired and what comes to pass. That is why we grant wishes the way we do. In granting our own wish, we eliminate that difference. We smother the flame, and our voices fall silent. Our existence ends. Ahamkara are selfish creatures, not prone to such acts of sacrifice. But Taranis, he was different. His sacrifice might save us all. You destroyed the Vex mine simulating the Techion's work. The Vex will not reach the eggs first again. But they still hold my lair. Put Taranis' gift to good use, oh guardian mine. It is your turn to grant a last wish.
Her wish? It's ironic because it's coming from the Wish Dragon.
I have no love for Riven, and no complete trust of an Ahamkara's predatory nature. But we need that final wish fulfilled. A bargain with Riven cannot be altered, perhaps not even by her. And we owe her all of the clutch. Guardians have freed Techeuns from Taken influence before. The effort and circumstances were extraordinary, but perhaps it can be done again. In our war with the Taken in the Dreaming Halls, we found that Taken ontology, when faced with itself, feeds on itself. Following that principle, you should be able to find a coalescence of Taken essentia in the Ascendant realm. Theoretically, we could use it to cleanse the egg. That's all the strategy I can offer you, I'm afraid. Your tenacity in this is appreciated. And appropriate. If we fail here, Riven loses an egg. But we lose our path to the Witness. And all roads thereafter.
All right.
I've ascertained the path the Witness took.
Oh man, that cape.
The veil alone cannot safely reconstruct it.
What stops you?
Instability. The veil traces the shape of our consciousness, but that shifts as fluidly as our thoughts do. It is as though we alter the path by observing it. But none would survive the crossing.
I can grant passage. Savathun's wish can weave the ley lines into the veil, entangle them for a moment. But you will not send an army on the wings of a wish. Only one.
One? Explain this deception.
You've done me a great many services, a warden's mine. I'll grant you the ultimate Ahamkara courtesy. The complete truth. Savathun's wish grants one, Singular passage. No more.
You knew from the beginning. You
As usual,
twist our
Space Dragon be doing Space Dragon scheming. But she did say you shouldn't trust me. Just how I shouldn't trust you. So
have you been privy to the limitations of our arrangement?
Play your part, lest I shape you into a trinket of caged hunger to be forgotten in the Guardian's.
I mean, to be fair, she's already dead. You really can't do much than that.
Prisoner.
Yeah.
What other part would you wish I play?
Oh man, that cape physics is going wild.
Then what use are you to me?
Mara, one, maybe all we need.
What is that? Is that Strand?
Being transparent.
Taken?
Kind even. It could always be worse, as you know.
This is our only way to pursue the witness.
One to send.
Curious. This simplifies things. What if... Yes. Guardian, excuse me, I believe I'm onto something.
One to send to navigate the path for the rest of us, right?
One to send, she said. I believe the witness had found a point of weakness and exploited that point to pierce the traveler's defenses. But the witness did not gain entrance through an attack. It parried. There was no need to breach a door because through the traveler's resistance, the way was left open. Its blast was meant to expel, but the witness redirected the flow of that intent with its own, using the veil. If Riven can imprint the ley lines into the veil, send one of our own to the other side without invitation, we can open the door. Once open, Guardian, the path to it matters not. Only that we're now able to cross the threshold. The veil will flow to that point around any obstacle. I told you I was onto something. It sounds simple in retrospect to use the ley lines as means of travel, as we have before. But they do not touch the traveler, nor the veil, and not even Mara can command them to do so. It may seem as though Riven promises more than is possible. But that is the foundation of a wish. We must yield to our disbelief and give ourselves over to chance. In that unknown venture, in discovery, the path forward is revealed.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, it feels pretty sad that Destiny 2 is coming to an end, huh? Because I'm about to be caught up and then that'll be it for Destiny 2.
This cause, finally, their worth will be realized.
Thanks to Mara's efforts.
Why is your first inclination ever to charge headlong into danger?
Because you're always keeping an eye on me.
You have fallen from my sight before. I may lose you.
It is impossible to know the probability of success. But,
Don't give me that. This is exactly like something you do.
yes. Queen Mara.
You are not sending him, Osiris.
No, of course. But if he were to reach the other side, your connection, like the traveler in the veil, was forged in a collision of light and dark. It is a tangible thing.
We do not know that it would remain so. Whoever goes, more than likely goes alone.
Our problem has always been focused. By aligning your and Crow's connection with the veil, entangled on either side of the traveler, I believe I can forge a bridge between you. One we could all traverse safely.
I'd be a flare in the darkness for Osiris. Then we call in the cavalry. You could find me in the storm, sister. Tell them where to go.
Like the birds.
Do you know what you are asking?
The Guardian would be but a step behind him.
I cannot keep you from your purpose. I cannot.
Man, what
control
gun
you.
is this grenade launcher? I've seen so many people use this. This kind of
And so-
taken looking gun.
I put my trust in you. All of you.
Step in front of her just to...
Return to me.
Let's get to work.
How do you propose we compensate for the quantum?
You won't be but a step behind him. Will you? Take care of him.
We know you always cared about him. But she doesn't want to smother him too much to repeat the same thing that happened before.
The Queen and her brother, they impressed me. I appreciated their natures, Mara's skill in crafting wishes, her self-control. This one, you shall cherish, O guardian mine.
You're sure about this?
I am. It has to be me. We'll find each other again.
Always.
I kept my promise, as you did yours. Isn't that a pleasant surprise?
For that, at least, you have my thanks.
And you have mine, for always providing such a unique challenge. To impose your desires upon reality so artfully. You could teach my children a great deal.
Eh, great minds think alike.
Until
Game
we
recognizes
meet again,
game.
Mara.
Is he?
He is on his way. It's no small feat, the things you...
Made it through. Whee! Nice timing. I remember I was like, what? Wait, is that Cade over there? 'Cause I thought he was dead. Oh, the Hawk Moon. I remember people made fun of him for that rose. Like, why did he do that? He's like, wait, is that Cade? Oh, the old Hawk. Oh, no, that's the Ace of Spade, right? Show off his ghost.
You died.
So did you. Yeah, I don't have to call you Prince anymore, do I?
You've cleared the table, and the die is cast. This final shape the Witness seeks. Asa warned us how the Witness consumed its entire species to reshape itself. And still, it was unfulfilled. Its salvation is a prison. We see it in the calcified creatures within the ever-dark halls of each pyramid. Alive, but not living. What shape will the Witness render the universe in service to? And what of those within it? To change that which is. Never forces it to match what you envision it could be, because chaos cannot be contained. This will work. I've spent a year of study, counting each day, felt time's weight, but I've spent it well. As sure as I've ever been of anything. We will hold back the collapse, rebuke it once more, and forever. Because chaos cannot be contained. The time nears, Guardian. Riven's part is done. Queen Mara felt Crow's passage, and he has arrived. I've woven the Veil's resonance into their connection, as the Witness did with your ghost. Soon Mara will open the way, and we follow Crow into whatever lies beyond. Prepare yourself. Soon, you will be called to arms.
Oh, this is it. Now we can finally start the final shape.
Even departed sparks, like Kay.
Oh, they added that back? Okay.
We are connected to the weft and weave of the universe.
This is
no one knows
new
how
light,
long we live.
right?
We stand
It's
alongside
to gear player up to get ready for the final shape.
We know intimately their lifespans, their mortality, despite their resilience. Mortals live more intensely than any Guardian I've known. Love harder, perhaps. They know tomorrow was never guaranteed. That everything they could become dies with them. So, are we protectors? Our gifts were meant to defend against impossible threats. Those who need us have never needed us more. But we could do nothing, and they would still die. What is a Guardian in that moment? Now, across Last City territory, the forces of the Witness surge. Our borders are under siege. Does that make us soldiers? Pushing back buys us only time, but the alternative is unthinkable. We built a city none of us dared to dream of, with allies from unlikely places. We have never had more to lose. I turn the question to you, on the eve of our darkest hour. What is a Guardian? Define us, in this moment, for all time.
We stand.
Oh. And that is it. Season of the Wish. So basically, it was just to set up the path to get to the witness inside the Traveler by using the veil. But there was no sure safe way until Riven, Savathun gave us, using Riven's Savathun's wish to set that path. And then also going more in details before the relationship between Crow and Mara and their Jedi Force connection thing. So to connect the path so we can get there. Yeah, and more on the details of Space Dragons. That maybe the Space Dragon comes to play later. Oh no, we start Final Shape. It's gonna be sad when Destiny 2 ends, huh? Well, for me, not for you guys. I'm sure you guys will keep playing. Because once I'm done with Final Shape, there's the 3 seasonal stories, and then that's it, right? Maybe I'll make it to be able to do the final 3-act season pass, but I guess we'll see. But with that, we move on to the Final Shape. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.